Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video I'm going to be reviewing the Subaru Outback Onyx Edition. This is the best version of the Outback to buy. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Nate Wade Subaru here in Salt Lake for giving me some time with this Outback. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. Also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Powering this is a turbocharged 2.4 liter flat 4-cylinder that goes through a CVT. Fuel economy is 22 around town and then 29 on the highway, with power outputs being 260 horsepower and then 277 pound-feet of torque. Before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, you guys can see how there's all those distinctive lines, and then popping down below, headlight bezel is darker, which is pretty cool. You can see the turn signal indicators. We've got fog lights here at the bottom, and you got the Subaru logo. Notice the grill's blacked out, so it gives it a little bit of a sportier look. And speaking of sporty, 225 by 50 by 18 is the tire and wheel setup in the front and over in the rear. And yeah, you've got darker coloration here with the wheels to go with the Onyx Edition. Got these big chunky fender flares. See all the nice bodywork there on the side with the Outback logo. Blacked out mirror caps. It's pretty cool there at the top with the roof bars. And there's your side profile. Now this leads us to the key fob. We have our lock and unlock function. We got the opening for the hatch as well. And pop it open. Now popping into the rear, we've got a car cover built in from the factory. Got latches there on either side to throw down these seats, and quite a bit of storage space. So one of the cool things about the Outback is it's a very practical SUV, or should I say wagon, right? When you're all done, just press this and that will lower the hatch right back down. Now taking a look at the tail lights, you guys can see here, again, really cool design. Got your XT badge to signify this is the turbo version. And other than that, it's pretty much everything for the rest of the rear. Now taking a look at the door panel in the back, you can see with the neon stitching, and this is cool with the gray trim down below. Automatic with the window control. And then here are the seats. Got that contrast with the neon and the gray and all of that. And then popping in, legroom back here is good. Got a little storage pocket. Heated seats in the back. We got USB ports as well. The sunroof does pull the headliner down a little bit, but it's not too bad. Now taking a look at the front door panel, you can see again with the neon stitching and then the soft touch here at the top. Blind spot running with the mirrors too. And then more nice trim down below. All of our window controls, front two, or all of them rather, are automatic. I always forget about the Subaru. It's pretty cool though. Anyways, here are the front seats. Nice neon stitching. All of our adjustments on the side. And more of that neon stitching. And then it's soft touch here and then at the top of the dash. Now take a look at the steering wheel. We've got nice trim all around. Again, more of that neon stitching. Paddle shifters here on the back. We also have practical controls like our adaptive cruise control with our lane centering, heated steering wheel button behind. Got volume and voice command controls as well. And then traditional stocks on the back. Really cool gauge cluster. You can see that we've got that screen there in the center which we can use to scroll through and see different bits of information. And that's pretty much all she wrote there. In reverse, we do have a backup camera. The screen protector kind of gets in the way a little bit, but it's got trajectory lines, pretty good resolution, all of that. And then there's also a front camera. Just press the view button, boom. That's pretty cool. Love Subaru's infotainment system, nicely integrated into the dash. It's got analog controls for the radio, climate on either side, heated seats. You've got dual zone climate at that. And it's easy to use, good response time, looks good. Nice trim across the dash, and you can see with the neon stitching and then storage there. God. Storage in the glove box. Shifter here. We've got the parking brake in front of it, some charging stuff. Camera view button. Some cup holders. This is cool, center console. I like the coloration, by the way. And then just regular rear view mirror, and then we do have a sunroof front too. Now here's a quick look at the window sticker. It's kind of hard to see everything, but total MSRP is just under $41,000. Onyx XT. Let's see how it drives. Let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's visibility of the hood, both the mirrors. Just rear. And Outback away. The Onyx Edition is a pretty cool car. It's similarly equipped to like a Wilderness, but it's less money. About $3 grand less. When I say similarly equipped, I'm talking about like the interior options and all of that. And so I think that for people that are not going to be off-roading their Outbacks, which is most people, if you're being honest with yourself, then it looks cool and it gives you a lot of the cool features as well. Love Subaru suspension. You know, independent suspension doesn't necessarily do the best over bumps. I know some people argue with me about that, but it can be kind of harsh, right? Because when I say independent suspension with a unibody, because you can have like an impact and it doesn't transfer across like a solid axle. So it happens on one side and then it just goes straight into the unibody and it can feel harsh. But Subaru's done a really good job with the transfer of force with this car. I think it's really cool what they've done here. This engine's great. It's got good torque, smooth. I think this is, I said this before, this is the engine to get in the Outback as the XT. It's a little bit more money, but you'll thank me later. Your payment might be a little bit higher, but that naturally aspirated 4-cylinder is just not enough power in a car this size. Whereas this is a good sweet spot. But yeah, I mean, nice ride. Like, it just, the thing about the Outback is it just drives well. It's not particularly exciting in any way, but I don't think cars need to be. It's a weird thing that people think cars need to be exciting to drive. It's like, no, they just need to drive well. They need to get the job done. And with this turbocharged engine, it does that. It definitely does that. Let's make sure nobody's coming. Okay, good. But yeah, that is the Outback Onyx Edition with the turbo. What I would consider the Outback sweet spot.